So there is a shortcut, directly go to ncpa.cpl. Okay, so you can go to ncpa.cpl, or you can go to control plane, control panel. So control plane is like we have in routers. So control panel, network connection. So this is the my Ethernet adapter properties. Click on IP version 4, go to properties, and you can see. So whenever you try to give any IP like 240, so you can see the system is giving you a warning that you can only assign IP from 1 to 2 to 3. It means you can only use A, B and C. Okay, ठीक है? तो अगर आप यहाँ पर suppose if I'm going to give 1.1.1.1, and if you click here, automatically system is taking 255.0.0.0. So this is called by default subnet mask. So somewhere might be you have seen 255 here also, or maybe like this. Even this is class A. Might be you guys have seen some different subnet mask, or maybe like 128. So what is this? This is what we call subnetting, which we are going to learn, and this is why we have conducted this workshop. Okay, तो हमें क्या जानना है अभी? So what is this subnet mask? I'll explain that subnet mask, but you can also understand this. First of all, we need to understand like what is the difference between A, B and C. Okay, so let's take one example of class A. Okay, so if you have two computers or two servers or any device. Okay, so let's take example of class A. If you have IP, I have already given example 1.1.1.1, and you have 1.100.1. Any IP, but a computer only checks the first part, and it means they will be able to communicate with each other if they use class A with this subnet mask. Right? Okay, tell me the same IP address, but if I'm going to use 2 times 255, it means you have to match two subnets. So will they able to communicate in this case? Check karo kya do part match ho rahe hain? So two parts are matching?
No, sir.
It means they will not able to communicate if we will be putting this subnet mask. So this is called, so this by default, this is called by default. So in networking, we call this class full. This is called class full because this is by default. Okay, and whenever you change the subnet mask, because this is class A, by default is 255.0.0.0, but if you use some different one which is not default, this is called classless. What is this?
Classless.
Yeah. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear, everyone? Any question?
No.
Okay, so let's talk about B class now. If you have two another computers, but here we are going to assign one B class IP, where we have two network part and two host part. Remember, we have two network part. So range is 128 to 191. So any IP address start from this range. Suppose you have 150 IP and you have 150.1.2.3. So tell me, with by default subnet mask, by default subnet mask is 255.0 because you have one network part. So you have two network parts. So by default subnet mask will be 2 times 255. And C will be 3N and 1H. Sorry. Okay, so the 3N means 3255. So this is by default subnet mask. Okay, so remember guys, A class IP address by default is this, but when you go in your production networks or maybe you go for any company, maybe have this subnet mask. Okay, so this is not wrong. This is also correct, but they have divided their network into some different parts. So this is not B class. So I have seen people ask me, or student ask me this question, sir, this is class A, why you have given this B class subnet mask? So remember guys, this is not B. B ने इसका registry नहीं करा लिया है. Okay, so this is not B class. So this is default of B, but this does not belong to B. All classes we check with the first IP address. We check all classes with the number, with not subnet mask. Okay, don't do this mistake. We always check the number to check this is class B, this is class B. But whenever you see subnet mask, it can be of class A, it can be of, ये किसी का भी हो सकता है. Okay, जब हम subnetting पढ़ेंगे, even you might have 3 times 255. And remember, this is not class C. This is class C default, but when you give this IP address to class A IP, so it does not make this IP address class C. It is still class A. बस class A को हमने subnet mask कुछ अलग दी है. Okay, but समझ आ रहा है, यहाँ पे गलती करते हैं, इसलिए मैं बार बार बोल रहा हूँ ये चीज. Okay? Hello everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
कोई रिपीट करेगा मेरे भी हाफ पे? क्या बोला मैंने? Yes, anyone? Yeah, anyone? Why? How you are going to face interviews, man?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah,
There is,
Galatrian, tell me what I explained.
there is a class 3 types of IP address we are using. So there is A, B, and C. So IP address will be defined on a network.
Yes.
Network.
So
bit.
we check IP address only by
Network bits.
their network portions.
Yes.
Right.
Not from
So what
subnet.
we check from network portion, that they are able to communicate or not.
Yes.
Okay. Now if I put 255.255.0.0, this is by default. So definitely they are going to communicate with each other. Yes or no? Right? Because you have 2255, 2255 and both 150.1 same in both the cases. Right? So it means they will communicate. But if you put different subnet mask, then accordingly they are going to communicate. Okay, so let's take example of a last class, what we call C class. So I shall remove this B. Okay, so let's talk about C now. If you have two machines and one IP address is 200.1.1.1 and 200.1.1.3, so tell me if they are able to communicate.
Yes.
I have not given the subnet, so without subnet mask you can't say yes. Okay, so 3 times 255. Now you can check. This is by default, so I'm going to check my first 3 digits because I have 3255. So your subnet mask represent network bits. What I said, your subnet mask represent network bits. Subnet mask ही network bits को बताता है कि कितनी है. Because हमें तो यहाँ समझ आ रहा है. We will able to understand because this is normal language. We can understand. Okay, it has one in. But how computers understand? Like this IP belongs to which network? So just count the 255 IP address belong to this network. And here also 3 type 255. So you can see network is this. Now you can check and compare. Yes, our network is matching. It means we will be able to communicate. समझ आ रहा है? Yes, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's discuss about why we divide our network, right? So this is normal IP address and A class, B class, C class. So you should understand network part was N and host was very 3 parts. So every octet is how many bits? एक octet कितने bit का होता है?
8 bits.
Okay, so you have 8 plus 8 plus 8, it means to the power of 24, right? So you know, when you give IP address with class A, how many IPs you get? 16,777,216. So it's a very big number. 16 million IPs you can assign from class A. It means if your IP address start from 1.0.0, this is the starting IP address. So like your timer starts with 0000, right? So it's like 1000 because this is class A, network is same and network will remain same at the end, but this host would be maximum value will be 255. So your maximum value is 255. Why? Because you remember the table, right? Yaad hai na table?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
So if you calculate all the values like 128, 64, 32, 16, 8,
255.
4, 2, 1, right?
255.
255.
Yes. So if you get 255.
Yes.
And if you make all values 0, you get 0. So this is why all groups are from 0 to 255. So 0 to 255. Remember now?
Yes, sir.
Understand? So 0 se 25. This is the minimum. This is the maximum. And all. So this is the range. So how many computers or how many IPs can assign? This much. Got it? So now if you check B class, you have 8 plus 8, 16. To the power of 16 is 65,536 IPs. So if your company is around 50, 60,000 or maybe that much team members, you can use class B. But if you are a home user, you don't need a very big number. So to the power of 8 is 256. So now your IP addresses belong according to users. Okay. Suppose I have 500 users. So I'm going to use B class or maybe A class, but I can't use C class because it only gives me 256 address. समझ आ रहा है? तो class C में सिर्फ 256 address दे सकते हो. You have to jump on 65,000. Maybe if you have done your college, so mostly might be you guys have seen 172 in colleges campus mostly. But when you join any big companies, they mostly use a 10 series, something like that. Okay, totally depends company to company. Clear? Yes, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, good. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Yes.
No.
Okay, good. Okay, this is basics. Okay, so some scenarios I'm going to tell you. Okay, so even though it's not a router class, but still I'm telling you. See, there is a company. Okay, so generally we use a router. So why we use a router? So that your computers will be, suppose this area is your branch office in Delhi. Okay, so 192.168.1.0/24. So what is 24? We generally use class A has one network part, so we call him /8. So B has two network parts, so what we are going to say? /16. Yes. So C has three network part,
24.
so we call 24. So this is also called CIDR, classless interdomain routing. Okay, so this is just a fancy name. You can call this /value. That's it. किसी को fancy नाम बोल रहे हैं, so you can call this CIDR also. Okay. So now if this is /24, obviously this is class C. So if IP address, tell me if IP address start from 1.0, so your network will not be changed. Yes or no? So network change nahi hoga, right? So the IP will go from 0 to
254.
5, right? So the total IP address you get is 256, right? So you have another office maybe somewhere in a different location. So might be this side you are using some 150 because it's a very big office. It has many user or maybe thousands of user. On here you are using /16. Okay, so it means this is a different network. This is also different network. So we use router device. We use router so that you will be able to communicate with the different networks. So why we made router? Why internet has a lot of big routers? Because router is a device which is used to connect two or more different
different
networks.
network.
Okay, so guys, now you understand why internet big routing internet table, like why we have routers everywhere. When you get internet connection at your home, when you get internet at your office, when you get anywhere, you need router device mostly. Why? Because you are having different network and internet is on different network. All networks are different and network of networks is known as internet. समझ आया सभी को?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me if this is class, which class is this? C?
C class.
And this is class?
B.
So class C and B. If we use C class here, so router is required?
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Abey
Same
Gado.
network not needed.
Sir,
The difference
maybe
network is needed, sir.
So 192.168.5.0 something.
Yes,
So you
required.
compare.
It's required,
So now
sir.
you can compare 192.168 1.0. So I told you to match three networks. So if you match three network with another IP 192.168 5.0, so we can able to match.
no, sir.
No,
No.
sir.
So when
Needed
we
router.
will not able to match, it means we need a device which is called
Router.
router. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So this is why router is more popular, and this
Yes,
is why
got it.
network engineers learn routing, routing. Okay, whatever we do on router. So every network engineer should learn about routing and router configurations, because most companies hire network engineers so that they can able to configure router. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, I have a question one. Sir, they here A, B, C different classes. Okay, their network part is first one and another host. 3. Okay.
Mhm.
Sir, then host means the computers are mainly nodes, and network means what?
Network means that you belong to my network or not. That is like a particular area. This is my network. Router is going to share all the network information to all other routers. It's like your home address. Your network portion is like your home address. Okay, or maybe you can say that it's like your street address and host is your home address.
Oh, sir. Host
Okay.
mean home address, or network means street
I'm
address.
just giving example. Don't say this in
Address.
interview.
No, sir. That's
Okay,
fine.
so just understand network means your city address or like your home address. So example, take example.
Okay,
So
sir.
network is like your home address and host is your name. Suppose if anybody wants to send a courier to you, I can't send courier to Santanu. I have to put your home address. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right? So when this router share information with another router or share information with internet, so this router is not going to share all 50 computers, 1000 computer information. The router is going to share only the network part to another router. Got it?
Yes.
तो आपके राउटर जो होंगे वो सिर्फ नेटवर्क पार्ट शेयर करेंगे दूसरे राउटर को, पूरी दुनिया को. Okay, suppose your computer IP is 192.168.1.1. Tell me what is your network ID? This is your network, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So your router is going to share this information to another router like this. So router is not going to store 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. because these are your like all family members name. We are going to only put the home address in our routing table. I told you, right? So we have a global internet table, global routing table. सोचो अगर 1000 कंप्यूटर की इंफॉर्मेशन, if we are going to put 1000 billions of IP addresses are assigned to you or to all users in this world. So if all routers are going to put all the IP addresses, then it is going to have a problem, right? So just understand in this way that we, like billions of population, when your courier guy come to you, they don't come to you, they actually come to your network, they actually come to your home or office address, right? Because it is easy. अगर नाम लेके गली गली में घूमेगा भाई, कहां तक पहुंचोगे? समझ रहे हो? Yeah, so understand, network address tells like all routers share the direction that okay, go from this side, go from this side, and router checks okay, home address is there, so it delivers to your switch, and switch will broadcast who is 192.168.1.1, and your computer say I am 192.168.1.1. This is how it works.
सर जहाँ पे राउटर नहीं है, सोचिए स्मॉल ऑफिस है, वहाँ पे क्या होने वाला है तब?
Small office also have router ना, that small devices also have routing capability.
जहाँ पे ISP लेते हैं कनेक्शन, वहाँ से
हाँ, वो भी राउटर ही तो है, वो भी, it also has a routing table.
वहाँ पे एक अप्लाई होता है ये वाला फार्मूला.
हाँ. Okay, so let's come back to our thing. So now you understand, whenever you give any IP, whenever you assign any IP, like 192.168.1.1, like 192.168.1.2, so all these IP addresses have their home address or called house of IPs, which is just remove the host IP and you get your network ID, right? And put 0 here. That is network ID of all users. Yes or no?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Got
sir.
it? Very simple. सभी लोगों का घर यही है ना? So when router is going to share information to any other router or maybe to internet, so all router, you know, this is like all router share their network ID with each other. कि मेरे पास तो भाई ये नेटवर्क है, तेरे पास कौन सा नेटवर्क है? So all routers are sharing their network parts, not their host IDs. Got it?
Yes sir. Now it's clear sir.
So this is why network ID is important. I hope now you may got it why we use network IDs, because all routers only share network IDs with each other. So let's understand what is subnet mask more. So I told you subnet mask represents network bits. Yes, represents network bits, because your computers need extra information that computers belong to which network. Nothing wrong, I was on break for 2-3 minutes. Okay, so represent network bits. Okay, so I'll explain you something. Okay, so /8 was 255.0.0. How we got 255? Because if you calculate the to the power verse, मैंने बताया 2-3 बार पहले भी ये. So if you plus all the values, what you get? You get 255, right? So this means 8 means 8 bits. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So 8 means 255. But what will be the value for /9? So obviously, how to calculate for 9? What is the subnet mask of /9? So /8 /9 means how many network bits? So what is /9? So it means when two computers communicate with each other, right? If you give any IP, but if you give 255.0 something /8. So first let's get the subnet mask for /9. So what will be the /9? So obviously 9, how we make 9? 8 plus 1, yes or no? 8 plus 1 is 9. So 8 means 255, and on another subnet, on another octet, you just have to take 1. Okay, 8 plus 1 is 9, and just calculate the value. So you will be getting 128. So 255 128.0.0. Very simple, right? And if I give any value for /10, let's suppose, तो 10 का निकालना है तो क्या करेंगे? 8 plus 2. 8 plus 2. So it means 8 means 255, but 2 values, 2 means 1, 1. So you calculate, you get what? 192.0.0. So let's not calculate because it's a little complex formula, but I wanted you to explain how we calculate. So I'll tell you the shortcut. You don't have to learn or write this. So there is a shortcut. ठीक है, तो shortcut समझते हैं. अरे यार. Okay. Okay, so guys, shortcut is for 1 bit always add 128. For 1 bit always add 128. Whenever you get 2 bits extra, you get 192. 3 bits, if you plus first 3 numbers 2 to 4, 4 240. Please note down this. It is going to help you. Okay, just I am adding the values. First value 128, 128 plus 64, 192. 128, 64, 32 is 2224. So this is a value you will be getting, right? So now you calculate, very simple. Suppose /12. So 12, how we make 12? 8 plus 4, 8 plus 4, right? 8 plus 4. So 8 means 255 and 4 means 240.0.0. Very simple. /15, tell me for 15, 8 plus 7 is 15. 8 means 255 and 7 means 254.0.0. Very simple. Yes, Ajit, you are correct. They are in same network. If we give /20, so 20 means, बताता हूं अभी, 8 20 कर लो. 8 plus 8 16 है ना? 8 plus 8 16. 8 plus 8 16. 16 plus 4. So it means 2. Whenever you see 8, it means 255, 255, and 4 means 240. Very simple. Let's calculate for 18. So 255, 16, 16 plus 2, 192.0. Yes, Nenjoti. समझ आया सभी को? Yes, guys, this is very important. And you have to learn this formula if you don't know how to calculate. Even I have given you the information how to calculate.
Yes, sir, done.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Nenjoti, clear?
Yes, sir.
Robin?
Yes.
Yes.
यस सर. सर एक क्वेश्चन था सर.
हाँ.
सर मतलब डिफॉल्ट वैल्यू से वो सर नेटवर्क आईडी को इंक्रीज करना है सबनेटिंग बोल रहे हैं क्या सर?
हाँ, मैं बताऊंगा वाई वी यूज सबनेटिंग, बट अभी समझो सबनेट मास्क कैसे निकालते हैं.
सर स्लैश वैल्यू को सर /8 को सर /7 बना सकते हैं सर क्या?
No, 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 no. We should not use. You can't go less than 8. Because the first number actually represents your network, right? So you can't go less than 8.
यस सर, यस सर.
So let's go further. Okay, so guys, this is highly important. Please take screenshot, or even the class is getting recorded for you. Don't worry. But this is very important. Just write this. So why I'm telling you, because this is the first step to learn subnetting. You should know /15 is called 254.254.0 like this. Okay. So let's do more practice. एक और practice करते हैं जल्दी जल्दी. Subnetting is all about practice, right? But you need better strategy. So if I give you /25, just divide into parts 8 plus 8 plus 8, 24 plus 1. Tell me your answer. 255, 255, 255, 1.
28.
Yes.
128.
/27. 255, 255, 255, 24, 24 plus 3.
127.
224.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
8 plus
Yes,
8
sir.
plus 8 plus 3. /30. Where we use /30, just for your information.
I'm
Okay.
kind of lost.
Yes, yes. Tell me.
How are you getting 224 for that last octet?
Because there was a shortcut, like for 1 bit you get 128, for 2 you get 192. So how I calculated this? So every octet, 4 octets you have, right? So every octet you have 2 the powers. Yes, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So if we talk about /8, so it means you have 8 ones. This is, and if you plus all the values, their corresponding values, if you plus all the values, you get what? 255, right? So
Yes.
in the second octet, because this octet is completed, 8 bits is completed, but when you have 9, you have to jump on the another octet because 8 is completed. Now in another octet, you have same values, but you will take only 1 here. 8 plus 1, 9. And if you calculate, what you get? 128. Yes.
Yes.
So this is why I have written 1 is equal to 128. Now another, if you take 10, for 10, what you have to take? You have to take 2 bits more, right?
Yes.
So for 2 bits, if you plus this 2 bit, 128, 64 is?
192.
Yeah. So now 3 bits, if you take 3 bits, if you plus 128, 64, 32, you get 224. Got it? Because we plus, we add, when we say we want 11, this is my slash value. I want to write a subnet mask. How I'm going to write? First, this is my 8 bits, right? This is 8. I'm going to write extra 3 here. And if you plus the first 8, you get 255. And for remaining 3, you get 224. 128, 64, 32. You want more clarity or it's clear?
I think I need more clarity.
Okay. So just calculate. Okay. So the another way to understand this. So I have to write all 4 octets. This is the last option I have. So please focus. So all 4 octets will be written like this. 2 to the power of 7. 2. Clear? First octet written. Second one, same.
Black athletes in the game of hockey. And I guess.
Okay. Second is clear. Third octet, same.
I think, you know.
Because 8 bits is represented like this only. I hope that makes sense.
Like, why can't I play hockey? What's
Right?
wrong with it?
Yeah, the power 2.
Yeah. So all octets are like this. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So if I talk about /8, it means you need to write 1, 1, 8 times, and rest all octets will be
Just a hockey player.
0, right?
Yes.
And if I talk about /10, 10 means 10 bits. This 8 means 8 bits. And if I talk about 10/10, what does 10 means? 8, and you have to take 9 and 10 from here. Yes or no? From second octet.
Yes.
Got it? So if you plus this value, what you get? 255.
Yes.
And if you plus this value, what you get? 192.
A way that you could feel part of the community by being engaged.
Yes.
Right? Third octet is 0, fourth octet is 0. So /10 is a 255.192.0.0.
Yeah, I think I see how that works.
Yeah. So now if I talk about /11, 11 means 8 is already set. 8 is already set. I need one extra. I want to borrow one more bit. So if you plus this, 8 is 255 always. And if you plus 3, you get 128, 64, 32. So that is 224. So you don't have to write a very big formula. This is a shortcut. For 1 bit, we always get 128. For 2 bits, we always get 192. If we plus 3 bits, we always get 224. If we plus 4 bits, we get always 240. Okay. If we plus 5 bits, we always get 248. For 6 bits, we get 252. For 7 bits, we get 254. So this is what we get. If you plus 8, you already know the answer. What?
255.
Yes. Got it now?
Yes.